Today, for example, Mr. Andrews, a South Texas truck farmer, is visited by a man from Minnesota.
Good morning.
Howdy.
I was just driving through South Texas and thought I'd like to see how you raise those winter vegetables we've been enjoying up in Minnesota this winter.
Well, here they are. Make yourself at home.
You know, you're doing us people up north a big favor by raising all these winter vegetables.
Well, you're doing us a favor by buying our crop, so I reckon that makes us about even.
Have you lived here long?
Only about 10 years. I used to be an office man in Ohio, but I heard about what you might call this new frontier they were opening up down this way. Well, the proposition looked good. I bought 30 acres. Right over there is the house we built after the family moved down.
In the Andrews home, problems of marketing the crop are now uppermost. Mr. Andrews keeps in close touch with daily market reports through the local newspaper.
Remind me to get in touch with Jim Fraser at the packing shed tomorrow. We have about 100 bushels of carrots ready for market.
Have you heard how the market is on cabbage today?
It's up a little. Think we'd better sell a ton tomorrow.
Dad, how much did you pay for this farm?
$300 an acre, son. Why?
Bill Green and I have decided to save our money and buy some uncleared land about 8 miles out. We can get it for $50 an acre and clear it ourselves.
Well, look it over, but before you buy, you had better make absolutely sure that you're in the irrigation district.
Yes, and how much irrigation ditches, too, it will cost.
Yes, and you'd better get samples of soil and have them analyzed.
Yes, I know all these things, and there are a lot more problems. We've been studying them in school. But I like farming here where you hardly ever have a crop failure.
Turning from problems of the future to those of the present, next morning we find Mexican workers in Mr. Andrews' cabbage field. Mexican labor is cheap. That is one reason why northern consumers pay so little for winter vegetables. Entire families labor in the fields. This young lad is picking beans with the skill of his elders beside him, working from early morning until sundown on his knees between the rows of plants. In a nearby field, plows have turned up the ripened potatoes, and other Mexican laborers are carefully putting them up in sacks. In this large carrot field, Mexican workers are brought in from their homes by trucks. The crop must be harvested quickly while the market is favorable. Hundreds of workers are engaged in harvesting these carrots at top speed. And this is why the housewife in any northern community, passing through the deep snow that covers all the countryside, has only to drive a few blocks to the nearest market to find there, in midwinter, a delightful offering of fresh vegetables because of refrigeration, rapid transportation, and the winter work of the southern truck farmer.